So what I have done is I just imported the audio file that I wanted you to go search for on Canvas, and it's called Doug 11. Our friend Doug Morton recorded this some time ago, and I would like for you to now add it to your timeline. So import Doug 11 out of your week 2 folder, and if you don't remember how to download files from Canvas or how to create folders, go back to week 1 and check that out again. But import, and how did I import? I could double click in the black space here and go to Doug 11 and hit import, or I could go up here to File Import or Command I to import the file. So I have many different ways that I could import, but that's again looking back at week 1. Okay, so what you have here in the timeline are various channels. Now it says Video Channel 1, and so far right now we're just doing cut editing and we're not compositing layers. So we're just using the first channel. When I brought in that video, the audio of the seals and the pelicans was audio channel 1. What I want to do is add this music to the noise from the animals, the seals and the birds. Okay, and in your case, you have some dialogue that you want to add audio to. So I'm going to click on Doug and I'm going to drag it into the second audio channel here. Now, if I open this up, by noticing my cursor turns into a double bar, and that's actually saying I'm pulling it down and opening it up so I could see this better. I could see my audio track. Okay. All right, I see that if I zoom in by hitting the plus key, there's some space at the beginning where there's no music. So again, I could use my trim tool to trim the audio. And I could push it over or I could delete it over, but I'm going to push it over. And now we hear the mix of both the audio channel 2 and audio channel 1, so I could hear the animals, and in your case you could hear the person talk that you did the interview with. For instance, you can't hear the people well enough. What you could do is bring down the level of the audio so that it's much softer. So I'm bringing down my music, and I'm going to open up my animals making noise, and I could do the same. I could use that little white line in the middle and bring it up. So now they're much louder. And in my case, that's probably not what I want. But in your case, you may want that interview to be louder. Now notice the music continues on way past the video. Okay, how do I trim that back? Because I can't go over here to the end easily and see what I'm doing. So I'm going to hit the minus key to zoom into my timeline. And I'm going to trim that back. I'm going to hit the plus key so I can see what I'm doing and trim that back. Now, the other thing I could have done is I could have cut it. So for instance, if that was longer, I could use my razor blade tool, which we just learned, and cut that and click back to the arrow and delete that. So that's two different things again I could have done to the audio. I could have trimmed it, or I could have cut it and deleted it. So now we have the mix of the two, and they're the proper length. So this is what I want you to export for this assignment this week, is your 5 edits, including your interview, with the music added to it. You can also go and get your own music, but I provided this music track as a simple sample that you can download. But go ahead and find your own music on YouTube or wherever else you want to for you advanced people. So if you play this back, there's my edit and there's my music. One thing I wanted to add also is that you don't want the audio to get too high, because if I play this now, you can see that my levels here are in the green and the yellow. Okay, if they're up too high, let's see if I can make it out. What you don't want is for it to be up in the red. As soon as the levels are too high and they're in the red, then it could start distorting. So keep your audio levels low enough that they're in the green and the yellow.